Hi guys, welcome back to a little bit of everything family. If you guys don't know who I am, hi, my name is Emily, and I am her
Hi.
her co-star. So I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you guys are having a phenomenal day, and I hope you guys are keeping safe and just keep safe. So I wanted to come on here today, you guys, because we're gonna have a little conversation about what's going on in the news. We know of a ICE shooting of Renee Nicole Good. I like to call her Nicole because, well, I just feel like, to me, I don't know why, but I just feel like she might have maybe liked to be called Nicole. I don't know. I just feel like I really like calling her Nicole Good, and her name is Renee Nicole Good. So rest in peace to her. Rest in peace to Alex Pretty, Pretty. I don't want to I don't like mispronouncing names, but rest in peace. Another person who was killed by ICE. One person that I want to apologize to is a person that passed away also in the hands of ICE, and that we have not talked about, and I think we should, um, which is really, um, I just didn't know much about him. I didn't know he wasn't in the mainstream media as we see other people, and when we listen to the media, we just hear of you know whatever they tell us, and I did not know until I came across um, a YouTube video where they talk about his name is Keith Porter. That's his name. That's his name. He was also killed by ICE using his Second Amendment. He didn't hurt nobody. He didn't point a gun at nobody. He was just a gun owner, and he was killed by a ICE officer. So I'm gonna give you guys um, a little bit of background and yeah, about him. So he was a family man killed by an off-duty ICE agent in Los Angeles, and they are demanding charges. The ache will never go away, says his family. After Nicole Good's killing in Minneapolis, the calls for accountability and the shooting of Keith Porter Jr. on New Year's Eve, family and friends of the Los Angeles man who was killed by an off-duty U.S. Immigration and Customs officer, ICE, cover the holidays are urging local officials to arrest and prosecute the federal agent. Keith Porter Jr. was a 43-year-old father of two. He was fatally shot by an ICE officer on New Year's Eve outside his apartment complex, according to the Los Angeles and federal officials. An LA Police Department LAPD spokesperson said that after the incident that Porter had fired gunshots into the air, which is very common on New Year's. People do that. They do that. He didn't hurt nobody. He wasn't pointing the gun at nobody. He was just in the air. Okay. A a U.S. Department of Homeland Security DHS spokesman said the off-duty immigration officer was forced to defensively use his weapon while responding to an active shooter. What?
Hmm?
He was shooting the air. Do better. Much about the incident remains unclear. There was no video. Nobody, the people around there said that he wasn't doing anything wrong. But I'll continue. Much about the incident remains unclear. There's no footage of the shooting. Porter's family and local activists have argued that, contrary to DHS's portrayal of the events, Porter was not threatening anyone and was celebrating the new year. As I said before, a lot of people do this. Gun owners do this. Come on, NRA. We know our rights, right? Second Amendment. Don't tread on me, people. Where we at? Okay. Porter's family said Porter's actions possibly I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Porter's family says that maybe his actions possibly had a merit for an arrest or maybe a citation or a ticket by the LAPD, but not by an ICE agent. He wasn't an immigrant. He wasn't asked for papers. He was none of that. ICE officers are not police officers. You don't dictate what people can and can't do on the streets. you would call 911. Have a police officer do what he have to do. What are we doing here? So, instead of subjected him to a death sentence. So basically, this ICE person who has not trained, who are not trained, are just killing people. That's death number what, 3, 4, plus the 34 deaths that have been accounted for the immigrants in customs care, including a man in Texas who was killed. He was choked to death, asphyxiated by an officer, and now his death was determined to be a suicide. But once the autopsy was performed, they said the person who conducted it was a homicide, and someone was there to witness the homicide. Continue. Keith Porter, rest in peace. Activists, local politicians, and some celebrities have rallied around Porter's killing, with many of them voicing increasing concerns about ICE's aggressive raids and violent tactics in cities across the country, and the DHA's track record of making false and distorted claims about people they have accused of crimes and violence have fueled concerns that the government cannot be trusted to provide a truthful account of Porter's death. First of all, we want to send out our deepest condolences to Mr. Porter's family, myself and Emmy, my entire family. Our deepest condolences to his daughters and to his family. We are so sorry. And I am sorry that we didn't cover it. That I usually like to put out videos where when somebody passes away, I feel like it's almost like a motherly thing that I do. When you have somebody, to me it's family that passes away or whatever, we're humans, we're all part of something. And we're all part of this great, earth, and God has us here, and we're all brothers, and we have to, when somebody passes away, it hurts me, it hurts my heart. And I didn't know about this until it came to my attention. I know that I had mentioned in a previous video, but I didn't think it was under ICE. I thought he was just killed by an officer, and I was sadly mistaken. ICE has taken away too many lives, I think, and I think it's just reckless. And I do want to say this. I do want to say this. The fact that DHS or whomever is making these false accusations about people is really reckless. I see these political things going on, political theater going on, where they're saying like, oh, he had a gun, that's why he was killed. Her car was going to hit the officer. Keith Porter was going to shoot somebody. All false. And they put out the statements before they even do an investigation. There was another shooting today in Arizona. How many more people need to die? I don't know. But I feel that, I know and I understand that shutting the government down causes a lot of people pain. But you know what? Sometimes we need to take that pain in order for things to get across to these people. DHS has a lot of money to work with. A lot of money. And this is produced because, well, and I feel sometimes this isn't about immigration. This is more about power. And I feel that the videos and the amount of videos I see, and even on conservative media, I see just how aggressive and how disgusting they act with people. We're not in Germany. This is America. In America, there's rights. First Amendment, Second Amendment, Fourth Amendment, 14th Amendment. Making up rules as they go along. Going into people's homes without warrants. What? No. Where's the constitutionalists? The real conservatives. The real Republicans. Where are your spines at? And the Democrats. You can put a stop to this. You're smarter than this. Don't tread on me, they said. With Alex. Pretty good. They said that he was shot because he held a gun. Where's the NRA? He had a permit to carry. He had it concealed. He didn't point it at nobody. Shot dead. And it was overkill. 10 shots. Imagine. You're somewhere recording something, and that's your sentence, your life sentence. You're not coming home. And people want justifications for it. They say there's body cam footage of that incident. My question is, how come it hasn't been shown to the public? Because it's probably not going to look good on the officers. That's what my assumption is. What I'm saying today from a Little Bit Everything family and this channel is we do not condone violence. We don't want to hear about deaths anymore. It's sad. People are going to miss Keith. People are going to miss Renee and Alex, the person who got shot in the border, Arizona. And who knows how many more. 34 in custody of ICE. People are going to miss them. They're human beings. The Conservative Party is the party of Christianity. So put the Bible away because God's watching. You hide behind a Bible of Christianity. So put it away. You're doing the opposite of God's work. Is in my way of thinking, how I was raised, and I was raised real conservative. I was raised real Catholic. And we couldn't even speak up against our parents. We were very, very, you got to stay on that line, right? And when we went to church every Sunday and Sunday school, we got to do what you got to do. You got to do it right. And that's how I was raised. I was taught to be kind to the neighbor. I was taught to be kind to the homeless. I was taught to be kind to everyone, no matter what they look like, no matter where they came from. Because that's the teachings of Christ, right? Right, conservatives? Right, Christians? We're supposed to be doing God's work. Being kind to our fellow brothers and sisters. It didn't say that, nowhere in the Bible does it say to be unkind or to shoot them. I say put the Bible away because God's watching. That's all I'm saying. So this video is in dedication to Keith Porter. A man that shouldn't have lost his life. Maybe he would have gotten a ticket. Okay. But does that, shooting a gun in the air, would that give me the death penalty? No. Doesn't hurt nobody. So this video is a dedication to you, Keith. I hope God has you in his heavenly grasp, and may you rest in peace. And I am so sorry to your family. And I'm sorry I missed not paying my respects on the channel, as I pay my respects to everyone who has had an unfortunate passing. We did this with Charlie Kirk. We did this with Renee Good. We did this with Alex Pretty. And here we are doing it with Mr. Keith Porter. It's the same respect because we're all human beings. Don't matter the color, don't matter where you came from, it don't matter to me. We're all humans. For the 34 people that have been killed in ICE custody, we do it for you. I don't have your names because they're nowhere to be found. But I hope that hearts are moved and things are done differently, because this is honestly not a world that my kids need to grow up in. This is very violent and scary. And this isn't America. God gave us a mission. He said, help your neighbor. Feed the stranger. Make them feel at home. Not shoot your neighbor. Kill the stranger because they don't belong. That wasn't what it was. So I want to thank you guys for listening. And I like to talk about these subjects because I like Emmy to hear these subjects that we talk about, because I want her to be kind to others, no matter where they come from. She needs to be kind. And she is. And that's the morals that I implement in my children. You kill them with kindness, not with bullets. But you do have the First and the Second Amendment to defend yourself. Because that's what this party of the Republicans fought for so hard. That is your tattoo. I have many tattoos, but that is your tattoo, the NRA, right? That is your thing, guns, right? Kyle Rittenhouse, remember that? Had the whole rifle. And they were praising him. He's a hero. But the man you slaughtered, was it domestic terrorists? I don't think so. We can't play double standards here. It's one or the other. NRA came out with a statement, with the best statement, blaming Democrats. No, this wasn't a Democrat issue. This was an officers who in public executed a man. There was no danger because they had taken the gun away already. There was no danger. There was no imminent danger. We can all see. We're not dead and we're not blind. Unless you're blind and you can't see, and I'm sorry, but we all saw what we saw. He was executed. I counted 10 shots. Imagine 10 shots for recording. He had a phone in his hand, not a gun. So we can't do the double standard thing. No conservatives, no Republicans can do that. We got to do what it is. What we can't pick because you don't like it. It doesn't fit your agenda. No, it applies. Second Amendment. That's your tattoo. That's what you do. That's what you fight for. Kristi Noem is known to stand up for her gun rights, right? So now we can't blame the gun because the gun was never used. That's a blatant lie. And it infuriates me. Infuriates me?
Infuriate?
Yes. To hear from the uppers, from people on top, lying about the victims when it's not the victims, it's them excusing murder. Renee Nicole Good was a murder. Keith Porter was a murder. Alex Pretty was a murder. The man in prison in ICE custody was a murder. 34 people have died under your care because I don't know what you're doing with them. How many more people need to die before people start waking up? It wasn't an immigration thing, it was about power. It's a power trip. So Congress, do your job. Do your job. Do what you need to do. And it's time to take some accountability. And we want to see accountability. These people deserve justice. They're human beings. Just like Jesus would have wanted, right? Accountability. Justice. America said, we are the home of the free and the home of the brave. Are we the home of the oppressed and the home of the cowards? What are we? I want to thank you guys for listening. Rest in peace, Keith Porter. This video was in dedication to you. Rest in peace, Renee Nicole Good. Rest in peace, Alex Pretty. Rest in peace to the 34 people who have lost their lives in ICE custody. And rest in peace to the man that I have no idea what his name is, that was killed inside an ICE facility. And to all those I've missed. There was another shooting in Arizona. The man's in critical condition, but I don't know what the circumstances are because there's no video camera. What do you think they're going to tell us? He tried to attack an officer, right? And so they had to shoot him. Credibility's down the hole now. Really hard for me to believe. I trust in God that things are going to get better. And I trust in God that people are going to do the right thing. Because in this family, we believe that all people here in the United States are created equally. And accountability and justice for all. And no one is above the law. I want to send again my condolences. God bless you. And I will see you guys in the next video. And we're always sending our love from our family to yours. God bless. Bye-bye.
God bless.